there's an obvious major problem between Ben Johnson and the Las Vegas Raiders, and I'm gonna tell you what it is right now. What's up with it, Raider Nation? It's your boy, Raider Honcho, and I'm back with a brand new video for you. Alright guys, get right into it. You already know the vibes, you already know what type of time I'm on. If you're not subscribing to the channel, well damn, subscribe to the channel. Hit me up on Instagram and Twitter, both at Raider Honcho, and check out redemptionbrand.com right now, get some of that fire merch. So, there is a major problem when it comes to Ben Johnson and the Las Vegas Raiders. If the Raiders were to land Ben Johnson, I'm just telling you right now, all hell is going to break loose. There is a major situation. There's a major disconnect. There's just a major problem when it comes to the idea of the Raiders signing head coach Ben Johnson. Now, we all know Ben Johnson is a guy that everybody wants. You got the Bears, you got the Jaguars, you got the Raiders, you got plenty of teams. Of course, the Lions would love to retain him. Ben Johnson has shown to be ahead of the curve when it comes to play calling, although I disagree with some of those play calls they just had, especially when you got a wide receiver throwing the ball when you're only down a score or two. But that's not Ben Johnson's fault. Ben Johnson didn't throw the football. I mean, the wide receiver got to know when to just take the L and get up out of there. But everybody knows that Ben Johnson seems to be number one on everybody's radar, everybody's short list of head coaches. And I think if the Raiders were to get Ben Johnson, it's just a huge problem and there's going to be an uproar. The crazy part is it's not between the Raiders fan base. Now, do I believe that people are putting a little too much sauce on the idea of getting Ben Johnson? Yes. But I understand as Raider fans, you are trying to find something to hang on to. You're trying to find something to attach yourself to that is positive. Like, I can't be mad at that. I do feel like we put way too much energy in trying to predict what the Raiders are going to do or what the Raiders are going to be. If we get this quarterback, we're going to go to the playoffs. If we get this coach, we're going to go to the playoffs. If we get this GM and this coach combination, we're going to be... At the end of the day, we don't really know what's going to happen, okay? No matter how much I plan for tomorrow, I don't know. The weather can change anytime it wants, right? It might change my plans. So I don't really know what the Raiders are going to do. I don't know what the Raiders are going to do and how it's going to affect the team or affect our outcome because every other team is trying to improve as well. But the major issue that I see happening with the Ben Johnson situation is there is nobody outside of Raider Nation that wants Ben Johnson to coach the Raiders. It's crazy to me, the stuff that I'm seeing on my Twitter timeline, the stuff that I'm seeing on Instagram, the stuff that I'm hearing from other fan bases. It is obvious that nobody wants Ben Johnson to go to the Raiders but the Raiders themselves and the Raiders fans and the fan base and the nation. That is it. Because there's a major problem with national media. Every time they talk about it, it sounds negative that he's attached to the Raiders' name, and they keep trying to push the narrative that, well, the Bears have a better opportunity, the Bears have a better situation, the Jaguars have a quarterback, the Jaguars have this. Like, all of this and that, it's just so much negativity from the national media when it comes to Ben Johnson going to the Raiders. And then you see the other fan bases, the Bears, shut the hell up, man. You are the furthest thing from a damn bear. Okay, and if you are a bear, you're one of the brown bears, the black. You're not a grizzly bear. You're one of the bears that go around and dig it in the garbage. You're not the ones that go hunting for prey. Shut your asses up, okay? I'm tired of hearing about the Bears. The Bears. I don't want to hear nothing about the damn Bears, okay? But you can see that the other fan bases are just obviously hating on the Raiders if they have an opportunity to get Ben Johnson. But what's even worse than that is you got to go beneath a layer. You got to go beneath just the on-surface hating and just the ground level hating that's going on. The problem that I really see is the NFL itself doesn't want Ben Johnson to go to the Raiders. And you know why? Because I know that everybody that is in the big wigs that wear the suits when it comes to the NFL are still butthurt when it comes to how Al Davis was running things back in their heyday when the Raiders was really the Raiders. And that's just what it is, okay? Nobody outside of Raider Nation want to see the Raiders be successful. And anytime we get an opportunity to be successful, they give us some type of backlash. It's something that comes with it. It's some suspensions. It's always some negative press. Not that we don't bring that on ourselves, because sometimes we do, but it is very clear that the NFL seems to want the Raiders to stay bad. It seems like, and it might not be Goodell, right? Because he wasn't always there, but it just seems like the good boys club, like the good old boys, like they don't want the Raiders to be a part of it. The Raiders always seem to be like the stepchild. Like yeah, you can come to the family functions, but while we're giving all the kids toys for presents, we're going to give you those new Hanes underwears, okay? We're not going to give you no cool shit. And that's what it seems like when it comes to the Raiders, man. The major problem with Ben Johnson becoming a Raider is everything outside of Raider Nation, and the only positive I see out of that is it might bring Raider Nation together. Raider Nation has been separated since the Derek Carr era, since the Carr Wars and all that stuff. They used to go back and forth and whatnot on Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. And yes, I have fallen victim and I have played a part in that as well. But I believe that the fact that almost everybody in Raider Nation wants Ben Johnson and everybody outside of Raider Nation doesn't want Ben Johnson, I think this is an opportunity for Raider fans to come together and kind of stand for the same thing. You know what I mean? Like, kind of get behind the shield and be one army, one nation, like it's supposed to be, man. But that's the major problem I see. I know you guys thought I was going to make a video saying how I hate Ben Johnson, none of that. Do I think Ben Johnson is a great candidate? Yes. Do I think Ben Johnson is the only candidate? No. I think there's other options. I don't think if we don't get Ben Johnson, all is ruined and all is lost. Although I do believe getting Ben Johnson gives us the most, like, it just makes the biggest splash, you know what I mean? I think the fan base would be galvanized, rejuvenated, which we need, right? We need something to go our way for once. But I think the major problem is that nobody outside of Raider Nation wants Ben Johnson to be a Raider. Like he's too good to be part of the silver and black. Well, if that's how you feel, shut your punk ass up, all right? Now, I want you guys to get down in the comments. Let me know what you think. Is everybody just hating on the Raiders getting Ben Johnson, or is it just me? Let me know in the comments what you think. If you like the video, like the video. You like the content on the channel, subscribe to the channel. Hit me up on Instagram and Twitter, both at Raider Honcho. Till the next time, as always, Raider Honcho out.